here's the other thing, right? So, hitting on the items of value is, well, understanding what they're wrestling with. What is the biggest constraint? And it's always in their thinking. So where is the biggest bottleneck in their thinking, and how can I add value? Now, here's one of the little nuggets, Joel, that if you have a couple of these conversations, you're going to see a consistent theme. And then from there, now you can start creating posts of value that answer those problems, right? Marcus shared and they ask, you answer. So what questions are you getting? What challenges are people having? That's your content strategy, because you're answering their problems. That's valuable. That's extremely valuable.
Yep.
So what are sellers concerned with in this market? Hey, where am I going to go? I don't know. Why don't you create a piece of content to educate them on what their options are? That's a piece of value. It's not complicated, right? So, and the reason that I think people make it complicated is because they're, like you said, they're not willing to do the hard work and have the conversations to figure out what people are struggling with. And if they would just take the dang time, figure out what people are struggling with, then now they can provide and create content that speaks to those problems.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like, here's what wins too. It's going to sound really funny. Honesty. Okay. And what I mean by that is that I was the guy who beta tested that's even the correct term, is beta tested all of these calls for the first 2 months that came in. Doesn't sound very time efficient for me, but we did that because we wanted to see where this went, create the proper scripting for it. And when I started the conversation and I introduced myself and I said, hey, my name is Joel over at the Cash Now Offers site. And the reason for my call is I'm here to kind of just talk to you a little bit about the program, just so you know it up front and find out exactly kind of where your goal is, and then, fit you with the proper agent at that point. So when I said that, they kind of released their guard. And so then I explained it in the program, the investor pricing, made it very clear. And honestly, more times than not, almost every time they'd be like, you know what, we thought it was going to be investor pricing. So yeah, no, we're interested in top dollar. And they were cool because I was honest right up front. It's amazing how that works.